I'm very honored, actually, to say that this is the 2019 winner of the Best Horror Comedy Feature, Hollywood Horrorfest. It's one of the funniest films I've seen in a long time, funniest horror movies. It's incredibly ambitious, and it's so well made.
This is really a group effort for this movie. These people all work so hard, sitting on an airplane for 2 weeks. They're drinking back here. They don't even know what I'm saying. I just want to thank them all for doing such a phenomenal job. Chad Ferrin, big round of applause for our director. Anybody that would put up with me as a producer, we're still talking. Incredible. Anyhow, thank you for that.
There's so many great things about this film, but one really wonderful thing was the music. It was absolutely. So we're very proud to say that the 2019 winner, Hollywood Horrorfest, Best Original Feature Score goes to Richard Bend. Stand it, Richard. We've got a medal for you.
Just like the ending of Star Wars.
Yeah, just like the ending of Star Wars. There you go.
Yes, I have to say a special thank you, of course, to Robert, who put all of this together, and producer, genius rabbi, so forth and so on, and obviously the meister of all of this, Chad. Well done. Chad. Give a hand to Chad. And all of you actors and everything have just really fun to feed off of you. Wacky, wacky, wacky is all I can say. And it was really fun scoring this. A lot of the times with horror movies and all that, you know, you kind of have to bear through it. I've done a few, like some of you might know. And
What was that one called? Rihanna what?
Rihanna Mater.
Right.
There you go, Rihanna Mater, Puppet Master, Ghoulies, all those sorts of movies. But this was a sigh of relief because it just made me laugh, and it was actually really fun to do. I think the performances, really everybody was just kept the whole thing rolling. So anyway, not going to go on forever. Thank you so much. Appreciate the award, and thank all of you for a great job. Thank you.
Best Actor 2019, Robert Miano, whose IMDb is astounding. He's done everything, including the original Spider-Man TV pilot in '77. Robert, there we are. Thank you, sir. And if we could get you to say a couple words, Robert, about.
Couple of words?
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too, sir. Thank you.
I want to thank you all for supporting us and being here to support the work that we do and we love to do, and I can't say enough about the cast. Everyone did an amazing job. Robert Rhine leading the charge. Robert was there for every one of us. Whatever we needed, he was there for us. And Lance, you want to say a couple of words?
I feel like I have Alzheimer's. I'm just living in Alzheimer's, man. What the hell was that? I mean, you guys are it's like an ensemble cast, you know, I mean, beautiful. Everybody tried their best at everything. We did it. You know what I mean? But if they woke us up for this, you know, I'm in an Alzheimer's home and they woke me up for this. What the hell? Is it really happening? You know, anyway. Great work. I like the rabbi a lot. I like the rabbi. And I like you to don't give me an award.
So we have one last regular award, and this is. There were so many great performances in this film, so many really, really great performances. It was hard to pick one over the other, but we all decided 2019 winner of the Best Comedy Actress, Bai Ling.
so much. As you say, like all of us, from Chad, our director, from you. He's crazy, this guy. Producer, and all actors actually bring me back to the memory. All of us every day are working so hard. And I like that you're making fun of Vietnam airline or Chinese. But actually, I think the best way to bring love to the world is humor. And this one is like all our characters, so much fun and so much love, so much freedom there. All of us, under director Robert's leading and Chad, all of us, because they allowed us to do almost whatever. Like if I'm not really comedic actress, but this is just go for it. He's watching me from beginning. Bai Ling's doing right. I'm just basically become another character, going crazy. So much fun! It's all for you!
We also wanted to give out the Impact Award for 2019 to get one more member of this film. This man has worked with James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, Chris Carter, and a million other people, and he gives a great performance in this film. 2019 Impact Award goes to you, Mr. Henriksen.
Where did you come up with this award? Impact. I swear to God.
Yeah, the Impact Award
That's very
it's in
nice
recognition
of
of
you,
people who've actually had an impact on the industry and on the genre.
That's a good-looking award.
Yeah, because it has his picture on it.
It has his picture. Yeah, in case you missed the joke, his picture is on it. James Cameron told me on Piranha 2: The Spawning, working with you was the only good part of the film for him. So he said that,
Where is he now?
Apparently he didn't get the invitation while working on five-film trilogy.
I was glued to my seat through this whole thing. I didn't know what was going to happen. And it all did.
Wow.
Everything happened. Crazy, man.
When we had one of our first production meetings, we were there with the AD, and he was looking at the script, and he went, you can't do this. This is absolutely impossible. I've been working in the business for 15 years. There's too many pages. Chad says, we'll do 10 pages a day. Now, if you've ever anyone that's worked in film, you do maybe 2-3 pages a day. 10 pages a day, nah. How did you do that, sir?
I'm coming from a background of working with no money, making a movie for, $5-10 grand. And you got to shoot fast and you got to shoot cheap and you got to make it happen. And, there's people that be there and they're fucking around and they're messing up, then you get rid of them. And you get someone in there who's got the guts and who's got the balls to get it done quick. And not only quick, but good, because, if you get one actor who's just, you got to get rid of them, because they're going to complain, they're going to pitch, they're going to give a shitty performance. Cut off right away and get someone who's going to give you their heart and their soul quick. Because, you don't have a month to shoot some fucking thing. You got 2 weeks, and you got to get it done, and it's got to be good, and you got to get enough coverage, because I also cut all my stuff, so I know exactly what I need, what I got, and move on. And that's how you do it.
No, but Chad, it was an honest-to-God 2 weeks or like
Yes,
12
2
days?
weeks.
Wow, a full 14 days.
Get it done, get it fast, and get it cheap. That's what it's about.
Wow. But
And if it came out shitty, then I'd be like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. But 9 times out of 10, the stuff that I make gets great reviews, it gets into festivals, so I'm doing something right.
I just want to say one thing that's really important, because I wrote the script with Dan Benton, and I just want to make sure he gets credit, because as a writer, you work with, he's fabulous, he's really wonderful to work with. I've known Danny since I was in Hard Bodies too, 30 years ago. Yes, that's when I was alive.
Robert said, I want you to be a passenger on the plane just to keep you around. And I thought, well, okay. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm in an airplane. Once you're established, you can't get out of the airplane. So there he was for the whole damn movie.
Hi guys, thank you for coming. First I want to thank Robert for giving me the opportunity to work with this amazing staff and crew. This is actually a great experience for me. I had so much fun. I think the movie was so great because there are so many different characters in the movie, and everything is so entertaining. I'm a big guy, I'm a professional bodybuilder, but next to this guy I feel like so small because he has so great experience, so veteran in the field, in what he do, and he do the best. So it was I'm very grateful for the opportunity just to be here.
Hey, I'm Sammy The Dwarf. As Chad and Robert were saying, we spent 2 weeks together on set, so it was very long days, and I think the easiest and hardest part was that we all came together as a family, so we were working together nonstop. I've worked with a few of these people before, but everybody else we've had ongoing relationships ever since, and I really enjoy working with every single one of them. With regards to being recruited into this project, I think the most interesting part was that I was cast as a little shit, and it was so much fun playing out my demons.
Hi, I'm Kelli Maroney. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for, and thank you guys too. I had an amazing time just shooting this movie, and it was so weird. And just kept saying, I can't believe we're going here, but they kept shooting stuff, and I just had a wonderful time. And yes, again, I made friends here that, the people, you actually put together such a wonderful group of people, and I think that made all the difference. And I just really thank you so much for this opportunity.
Hi, I'm Bill Moseley. I play Garvin. And really want to thank Robert, first and foremost, for casting me as a male this time. So thank you. That's a reference to the movie we did before called Cynthia. And so I was Buttercup and Cynthia. But it was nice to be kind of a rugged, evil, possessed character. So thank you for that. It was a lot of fun to play. I echo the sentiment that it's very much of a family effort here.
I want to see like all of us, we don't know each other. Now we're really a family. I want to thank the production, Robert, because they're not only professional, because you thought about a chat, planned everything, and also they treat us very nice. Like Robert's, particularly like for me, whatever I want to eat, and he knows, send me flowers when he make me cry. Actually, there's a lot of respectfulness there, a lot of caring. I want to say it's a family, a lot of love. I think no matter what do I do, and that 2 weeks we spent together, it's about the time and the love, the time, the energy we shared. So it's something beautiful kept in this film, so I'll forever remember. And I will work with you guys, whatever your project have, because I had blast. I love it when I'm watching. It's so fantastic project. So I'm promoting, I hope all of you promoting it, because it's joy and love and fun.
Chad, bravo. Chad, what was the most difficult thing for you during the movie with the effects, the large cast, the airplane? What was the hardest part of the shoot for you?
Nothing is hard if you really love what you're doing. Aww. And when you have someone with the balls to spend the money that he did, because it takes a lot of balls to take hard-earned fucking money that could just disappear and you lose your ass. But he had the guts and the passion and the love for cinema to start it off with that first dollar and the script and the time and the effort and the performance and and that to me is impressive, and that gave me even more energy and more passion than I would even normally have, because when you have someone who believes in you, as you're impressed with them, what they're doing, and it kind of gives you this, I can do anything. And 14-hour days, 12-hour days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, cutting it in a month. After it was the original cut was 4 hours long. That's how much footage we shot to get a rough idea of 110-page script, and going back and forth with notes and really having a creative symbiosis with a producer, which normally isn't there. It's hard to find a producer who digs what you're doing, you dig what he's doing, and the performances.
Whose idea, yours or his?
It was Robert's. He came to me with the idea.
I just want to say this about Chad that'll explain everything. A Pepsi and a cigarette, he'll work all night, he'll kill everybody around him. All he lives on, he doesn't eat, Pepsi and cigarettes, and he'll work like a dog. That's all.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
What was hardest for me?
Yeah.
That Chad probably that Chad wouldn't say cut. He would just let me continue. He would just let me continue to go and go and go and go and go. And after 4 days of me just talking nonstop, I just couldn't. I was so sick of talking, but it was like a switch had gone off that I couldn't stop it. And I actually, ironically enough, my last day shooting, I had to leave set to go get on a plane
to head up to Washington, and I just felt like I had the sickness of like, I'm that person now that talks to people on planes, and I'm not that person by any means. I travel a lot, and I talk to you, Corpsey, because I love Corpsey, and I do want to just say that he was one of my first connections here in Los Angeles, and that I always answer my phone when Corpsey calls. It doesn't matter what's going on. I always know to answer the phone, and it's always an adventure.
Wow. And what did you have first, the title or the concept? Because the title is great.
You know, it's a beautiful thing when you can have a movie where the title really says what the film's about. My film previous to this was called Cynthia, and no one really knows what it's about. It's a really cool movie, by the way. You guys should check it out. Billy Moseley's in that, Sid Haig, Scout Taylor Compton, really fun movie. But I can't remember. I think the title... No, the title came later because it was called Fly Zone.
I don't know if I reacted the same way if it was Exorcism at 60,000 feet. That's like getting a movie called Pumpkinhead, and I didn't want to read it because it was, because I thought it was going to be me riding around on a horse with a pumpkin on my head. It wasn't. So this was great fun, man. I mean, I sat there and I went, are you kidding me? My heart was going, what the fuck? Where's that going? You know, what's going to happen next, man? What other blasphemous thing, you know? I like that, though. I'll dream about it tonight.
He asked me if I want to play Vegan Sally, and I asked, can I grow my armpits? And he said, sure. I did. And they were 2 inches long, but you never saw them in the movie.
You know, I feel very fortunate and blessed to be here with all of you people, and being in this film with Matthew and Craig and Lance and Chad, Bai Ling and Sammy and Luke. I'm so blessed to be here with all you people and to do something that you really love and that you love doing, and we share it with you, and I'm just very fortunate to be here with you, all you people. Yeah, I really am. Whatever your dream is, whatever your aspirations are, keep going and don't give up. Just keep pursuing whatever it is that you love to do. Just keep going. Thanks.
Speaking of amazing actors, very nice. Speaking of amazing actors and human beings, Matt Moy, you went through some pretty revolting stuff as Tang.
Oh,
you want to talk about that?
So, fun fact, that's why I signed on to do the movie. So I read the script, and so I was, pitched the script, and then I read it, and there were so many puns. I love puns. There are a lot of puns probably you didn't even catch tonight. You're going to watch this later, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I missed a lot. But I read the script, and the first thing I noticed was like, I get thrown up on. And, you know, as an actor, you like to have new experiences, and I haven't been thrown up on in a script yet. And that's what sold me. I was like, I'm doing this. We're shooting for 2 weeks. We actually shot right up to Thanksgiving, and I also love that about it because, you know, what actor doesn't want to, like, work right up to the holidays? I do, because it's totally fun. And so we did that, and yeah, that's why I did it. I was like, I get thrown up on, I'm sold. That has to happen. Has to happen to me.
Every project is like this new adventure, and I have no idea what I'm going into. And when I got the script, I was like, how do you make sense of this? And how does someone make this work? And then I showed up to the set for my first day early, and they just said, why don't you wait in the green room? You're really early and nobody's here yet. And on the table, she said, go ahead and look at some magazines. So there's a Girls and Corpses magazine there, and I flipped through, I was like, what have I got myself into? What is this? And I think the whole genre and everything is just pushing the limits, finding out where the audience is going, oh my God, or oh, and you hear that constantly. And so the experience of being in it was like that for me. So when to see the product all come together at the end, it's like magic. And on the set, it's like, how are we filming so many things so quickly? I thought this was going to take a long time just to do this segment. And Chad's like, we just went through the whole thing. Barely, any rehearsal or anything. We just shoot the whole thing. And I saw a lot of people, because of direction and the freedom of this, and everybody just having fun, it was like, how do I show up also? So in the scene, I'm supposed to turn and basically take a bite out of his neck or whatever, and it's like, I want to climb onto his chair, you know?
Cool, yeah.
So it's like, but it's like, you get to bring your creativity to someone that allows it, and that's what I really love. That's when I feel like a part of it, and everybody gets to put their piece in. And I think everybody can agree that they got to really show up because there's space for that. And that's where the fun is. You get to put your creativity in it. So I'm really happy to be a part of this, part of the family.
Richard, very nice. Richard, did it take long to score?
The only reason I did is because Robert and Chad lied to me. They said it was a $22 million film and that I would have a great budget, and I didn't really believe them, but they said Lance Henriksen was in it. And since I've done at least 3 or 4 films with Lance, dating back about 400 years, I said, okay, fuck it, I'll just do it. You know?
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah,
guys
so-
did Pitch in the Pendulum together, amongst others, right?
That, amongst others, and Robert and Chad came to me, and Chad was gracious enough to say, I have one choice of who I want to have do the music, and it's you. And I had about 4 or 5 weeks free at the time, and I said, hey, let me see it. I never read the script, never saw anything. They showed me a rough cut. I said, wow, this is either going to be the worst turd in the world or an absolute classic. And I decided, well, let's make it a classic. Yeah, absolutely, let's do that. And it was a wonderful, it was a great experience. And the ensemble players and cast, I mean, everything. You can see it for yourselves. I mean, it's just, it's beautiful the way it's done. And like everybody's been saying, you know, this is a business where you know, this is not about money. This is, you have to fall in love with what you're doing, no matter what it is. If you don't, it's just another job and it sucks. But we love what we do, and that's why we do it. And that's really what it comes down to.
Thanks, Richard. That's awesome.
On behalf of Hollywood Horror Fest, the cast and crew of Exorcism.
Thank you all so much for coming and staying. Thank you for staying. And thanks to Miles of Hollywood Horror Fest for inviting us and all these wonderful awards. You people are amazing. Now go drink.
The movie was very, very entertaining. Very entertaining. Hilarious.
Best actress award right here.
These ladies did amazing.
Charlie's Angel, we are.
Charlie's Angels.
I had a great time, a lot of laughs, and I'm going home.